And it's tricky at first. It is tricky to get because we're not used to working on very simple basic skills as singers. We're used to worrying about all the high level stuff, style, how does it sound, doing runs, doing different tricks with the voice. We're not used to just stripping it all back and working on some simple skills. And so frankly, it can be uncomfortable because, there's all this stuff going on in our head, like how could this help? How can this just simple annoying sound help me as a singer? Yeah, I've covered it before, but this has a very nice split of resonance, so we don't have to worry about transitioning into head voice and pulling chest as long as we keep that we have and combined. Now we have to keep that throughout. There's two things we'll cover. One is keeping the chords together, and the other is keeping that split of resonance consistent. So as I go up, I'm making sure that this doesn't happen. If there's a shift in resonance, it will sound like this. Hear that? Made it very obvious for you. Now the opposite would be if it jammed into the nose. No shift in that split needs to happen. So ideally, you've got to be paying attention as you go up and making sure it just stays on and that rule always applies. No matter how high you manage to get up, it will always apply. The split cannot shift. Just simple voice skills. Again, if the split shifts, jam it in the nose. Nope. If you're struggling to keep that in the right spot, you can close the mouth completely and go to and then drop the mouth a little bit, maybe an NG. That would be a progression of exercises that you could do if you feel like it is starting to drop out the mouth and push at the top. If it's jamming in the nose, you'll find that you can release, but don't do it. You don't need to. That split during exercises needs to remain very, very consistent. The other thing that happens is, if I can get a scale, is as we know, the chords start to come apart. Now how do we address that? With just making sure we feel that attack on every pitch. And the scary thing is for people when they start doing this is they assume, because there's more sensation involved, that they're pulling chest or it's pushing or it's doing something, because they're so used to letting go. And when you let go like that, you do feel this feeling of release, which is so emphasized on channels like this and a lot of other channels out there. The problem is that something has to happen for us to sing higher easily. The right kind of squeeze, I call it, or pressing in, other people call it, however you want to describe it. something has to happen. And when that something does happen, like you lifting a little bit of a shopping bag with some cans in or something, you will feel, let's do it on this side, you will feel a little bit of engagement in here. Something is engaging more as I sing higher to keep it free. So that cannot be confused or misunderstood as straining or pulling chest. And this is one of the conundrums we face as we're learning to sing, is we've got to hold on to something. The question is what we're grabbing onto and holding on to the right thing? And often with singers it isn't. Maybe it's partly the right thing. Maybe it's other things as well. Maybe it's other muscles we're grabbing. So the idea is that as we engage the chords more, we start to filter out those bad muscle groups. But for some people, and a lot of people in fact, who can't squeeze at all, what happens is conversely to that. They will go up and they will feel the vocal cords come apart and hear the vocal cords come apart. And as they come apart and lose coordination, what happens, or what tends to happen, is the outer muscles want to get involved and help the process. So depending on how far down that road somebody's gone, will depend on how much they're grabbing. But a lot of people I find haven't really gone that far down that negative road. They feel that disconnect and they just kind of don't sing any higher, which is totally fine and frankly a good thing if you want to learn to sing well later down the line, because you won't have any of that bad muscle memory to undo and unwind. But the idea is this: we've got to feel something to sing high. So I'm trying to help you to latch onto that right kind of squeeze. And this sound, needs to be distinguished from, do both of them. Go like this, go, do both of those. Repeat them. What you'll feel is there's a little bit of a difference in the sound, but more importantly, there's a sense of difference in here, what you're feeling, how you're engaging, yeah? That simple difference, if you can make a distinction like that on any pitch you're singing, then you've got a good chance of singing very, very well. But a lot of people, as they go up, they can't necessarily do it. They haven't got at some point they lose it. They lose that So as soon as that happens in a scale, that is when you need to stop and address where it happens. Okay, I found it. Next one. Nope. And it can feel kind of shaky and odd at first. Frankly, it can feel like that any day, but you're just trying to find simple, basic skills and develop them. Disconnected. Need to feel that on every pitch. Okay, that's my connection. Now I've got through that bridge there. Yeah? And I just take it up. It's like a little squeaky door on every pitch. Yeah? Every time I'm just looking for on every pitch. And as soon as I have I need to find what is it that keeps those chords nice and tight and together like that. That is the right kind of squeeze that I'm looking for. The more you can find it, the more aggressive you can get with it, the more you can kind of lean on it and lean into it and get bigger, bolder sounds, what people would refer to as full voice typically. But the idea is at first, we've just got to find the right kind of squeeze. That is the basic building block of your voice. Everything else comes secondary to that. So when you come for a lesson, and I drill this with you, if you can't connect through there like I just have up through high C, then we need to just chip away and work at it, because everything else stems from the Everything else stems and moves forward from that ability to squeeze the right way. All of the wrong muscles let go. The voice feels more stable, more solid. It feels like we've got something to latch onto now, something to lean on and grab, yeah? What it feels like when you find the right kind of squeeze is all of a sudden you've got some handrails to lean on and, hold on. You're no longer on a ship that is, toing and froing in the ocean with nothing to grab onto. Yeah, it's like, okay, with the I'm actually quite kind of stable here. I feel like I could live here if I just worked at it for a while. And that is the power of Enjoy, guys. I'll see you later. Bye! Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you want my help personally, you can book a one-on-one training session. Drop me a message. My email is in the description. And if you feel like this message was of value, then please feel free to make a donation equal to that value. Again, donation link is in the description. And finally, please share this video with other singers you know. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you in another video. Bye!